color in it. There's even
Yeah,
non-glitter colors. This, you literally have to like fight off little girls to get this
I
because
bet.
anytime Fenty does a color drop, for people who don't know Fenty, that's Rihanna's cosmetic brand, which like MAC and I want to say like NARS is very color inclusive. Like they cover everybody, which is why those lines are so popular
Ah.
because they cover so many skin tones and so many colors that literally every time they have a drop, like in Sephora, the whole display is just like mobbed with people trying to get
Oh,
the new colors
crap.
and everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet that. I just I I love those colors on other people, and every time I put them on myself, I just don't it does not work with my skin tone, so I love that you can do fun colors. I have to stick with boring colors.
I
Just
just
no.
ordered I just ordered my first foundation with NARS online, so I'm waiting for it to get here. I'm excited.
I love NARS. For folks who don't know, yes, I actually wear NARS. I have their matte foundation on. That's what I have. I love NARS. You will have to pry that from my cold, dead fingers. I
And
get
see, I get all of my makeup recommendations from a friend of mine who is a military spouse and a former veteran, and she used to do, she was a makeup YouTuber before
mm,
Oh,
she had kids, and so she
mhm.
had, like, an entire dresser full of makeup that she'd had,
wow.
like, sent to her, and so after she stopped doing that, she started doing people's makeup for balls and military balls and things. She just moved, and before she moved, she's like, "I gotta get rid of some of this," and she just dumped a whole bunch of really, like, expensive product on me. She's like, "Here's a whole bag. This is what I use when I do your makeup. Merry Christmas." And I'm like, "I love you."
Brand, thank
Wow.
you so much. Yeah, Mr. Milkos, that's funny. Come for the Disney news, stay for the makeup tips. Yeah, I do
I
talk
know, right?
about I do, and I haven't gotten a chance. It's something eventually that I'm going to branch out onto on this channel. But I love recreating the makeup looks that I see at Disney. If you look at
Oh,
the princesses, if you
Mhm.
look at
mhm.
the villains, if you look at them, the way that their makeup is done, it's just like, I gotta freaking recreate that. I would like take pictures, zoom in, see
Yeah.
what it looks like and all of that because it is fascinating. I love special effects makeup
Oh,
and
it's so much fun to watch.
I
it
know.
is. Isn't it
I it
great?
It's been forever. I took a stage makeup class in college back when I was a theater major before I changed my major, and they taught us how to do bullet holes, they taught us how to do bruises, how to age people, all of that
Mhm.
stuff, and it was so much fun. I just don't have all of the stuff to do it anymore, but that's the thing, I learned how to do all the, like, the weird makeup, like, to look someone make someone look like they've been beat up or stabbed or whatever, and I never learned how to do normal makeup, and so I've had to have other military wives teach me how to do normal makeup.
I hear you. Oh, I love watching that. I used to watch a show called Face Off. Michael Westmore's daughter, Mackenzie Westmore, actually hosted it, and people would come up with these crazy alien looks. I mean, it was freaking awesome. I love looking at stuff like that. But also when it comes to like the normal makeup, my normal baseline is, can I go to the parks with my makeup on and not have it melt off? So the answer to that is yes. So now I have to document that because I will be at the parks and people are just like, oh my God, your makeup is still on. Really? I'm like, yeah, yeah, there's a trick.
And
Definitely.
humidity?
Great
Yeah,
trick.
there is.
Humidity, all of that. So I always say my makeup is Florida tested. So when you see me on live streams in the park, yes, I have a full face of makeup on. And yes, it is pretty much sweat proof. So I'll have to let you guys in on all the tips and stuff for that. So yeah, that's what I do. So eventually we'll get to that on this channel as well. I One of the princess looks that I am dead set on recreating is Snow White. The
That
whole
yeah, that's very
this.
classic.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I just can't. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. Mm, can't wait. And yes, I know a lot of the Disney World makeup artists clean out Mac Pro a
Oh,
lot.
heck yeah.
A whole lot. Let's see. We got 56 of you guys in here. Thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit that like button. Sure to appreciate that. It lets people know that we're here, especially YouTube over on Erica's channel and over on Sam's channel as well. Those of you on X, please do heart the stream, retweet it, re-exit, whatever. Let people know that we're out there because we are here talking theme parks. So let's see who we've got in the chat before we go ahead and get rocking and rolling with the first topic. We've got Amherst Carmageddon, who is in the chat, who says Universal Kids Texas looks really fun for families and kids. Yes, and I am so excited. I've been excited about this park ever since it was announced and ever since the quote unquote proof of concept was dropped at the Studios Park in the form of DreamWorks Land. So I'm so excited what you folks are going to be getting at Universal Kids Texas. It is something that is long overdue, and it's going to make a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that it's in Texas is super helpful because it's more middle of the country.
Yes.
So that really makes it more accessible because for those of us on the more West Coast, because I'm in the Mountain West, Florida is kind of a bit of a jog to get to, and I don't want to go to California. So Texas is
Mm-hmm.
a safe place in the middle of the country.
Yes, it's right there in the middle. And those of you Texans who are in the chat, what's the nearest airport near Frisco? Is it Dallas Fort Worth
I think it's Austin.
or is it Austin? Okay, I knew either way it was going to have to be near a major airport because it helps, like Sam was saying, in the middle of the country, near a major airport, but also near the intersection of some major interstates. Like I know there's Interstate 10, like you call it, I-10. So we do on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I-10 from the East, I-10, I think was a branch off from I-75, but near, those major interstates. So it would kind of be like how I-95 became basically the advertisement corridor for Walt Disney World for people driving from the Northeast down to Florida. So it kind of changed a little bit for Frisco, Texas. So it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to talk with you guys about that. And Dance Life at the Kingdom, HS Arts is one.
Oh,
The Hollywood Studios Arch?
I knew they were taking it down. Man, they didn't miss a beat, did they?
Really? Completely
Wow.
gone.
I wonder if anyone's live right now over there.
Yeah, I do. You know what? That's a very good question. I don't know who is.
Today's Saturday. Who's live on Saturday?
At least Saturday morning. The only person I know who's live on Saturday morning is like out of the West Coast. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I cannot remember who's live Saturday morning over in the parks. First of all, if you guys are watching this on a replay, if you're out there at Disney Studios, if you've been out there recently, let us know about the arch. Bad enough they took the hat down. I missed the sorcerer's hat.
I didn't like it. Never liked that hat.
You didn't like it?
Mm-mm.
I thought it was cool. I liked it.
It just got in the way of the Chinese theater and the whole retro Hollywood look, and I hated it. I'm like, put it somewhere else. It doesn't belong there. But you know the story behind that, right?
No, tell me.
Oh, so it was basically Disney's way of flipping the bird off to MGM Studios. That's why they put it there, because they were fighting over. Yeah, there was contractual stuff going on. They were fighting Disney wanted it to be more of a theme park. MGM was pushing back on, okay, well, this is also a working studio, and they couldn't come to some balanced agreement. So crap hit the fan, and Disney just came in a very passive aggressive way and put the hat there basically to say, well,
They're in
screw
front of it.
you. We own this anyways. So like, try
Dang it.
us. Yeah, that's why it was put there.
I just liked it because the pin trading station was there.
I mean, I hear rumor they're bringing back a version of it over to the animation courtyard area. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard rumor of them
It would
possibly doing that.
be nice if they did that because that was a really cool pin trading station. They're like under the hat. Back when pin trading was a nice, cool hobby, and the pins that they came out with were very inventive and cool looking and didn't look like, something really cheap that they just threw out there. Like now, yeah, there's a reason why retro pins are so expensive because compared to the ones like now, there's so much
Mm.
imagination in it. Of course, there's Erica waving at us. There's Tim who says, here's Tom says, hey, all hit the like and subscribe on the way in. Good seeing you, my
Mhm.
dear. Sonia Pantosh is in the chat. Hello, my dear, and good morning to you. And Mr. Milk Toast, I'm of the opinion that Eisner got the shaft as it comes to being forced out of Disney. However, I'm clear-eyed enough to acknowledge his mistakes, the biggest one in my eyes being the end of 2D. Yeah, I've got my issues with Eisner, but I will say at least Eisner gave Imagineering the support and the funding that they needed to get stuff done. With Imagineering it was more like, how much do you need? Okay. All right. And they just did it. Now it's not like that. It used to be. That's for sure. Let's see. Deborah's here. This is cool. Good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see. The rise of cosplay has really brought the art of makeup along for the ride. Yeah, if you go to the parks on the weekends and see, like they call them the Disney bounders,
Mhm.
that's, man, it is something to behold. They look amazing. Some of them
Yeah.
look a little too good.
Yeah.
As
They
they
look a little too real. Yeah.
Yeah, they look a little too realistic, but yeah, they do. It's amazing. I love seeing the Disney bounders. They put much so Disney bounding, like in a way, just basically, Disney cosplay. If you want to see some really good Disney cosplay, go to Dragon Con. That
Mm.
convention is insane with
Oh
Disney
my goodness,
cosplay.
that would be.
It is nuts. It is insane. One of my favorite cosplays is when you have a group and they all do like a Alice in Wonderland. So they'll have Alice, they'll
Ooh.
have the Mad Hatter, they'll have
Oh,
Tweedledee and Tweedledum, they'll have the Queen of Hearts,
so much
they'll have
fun.
like the guards, like with all the cards, the cards that
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
the white
Oh,
See, that's
rabbit.
like we've done that a couple times for Halloween as a family. Like when baby cuteness was literally a baby, we did Harry Potter and all the kids were like Harry Potter students. And then I was Mrs. Weasley, and then my husband was just one of the other professors, like some random wizard. And then baby cuteness was a mandrake, a baby mandrake.
mm.
Oh, I love that.
Like it was so much fun to just do that and be like all like a family theme. It was for Halloween. It was super fun.
Oh my gosh. That sounds so, so, so darn cute. Hey, Amanda. Good seeing you, my dear. Good seeing you. And let's see. And we have got Alan Irons in the chat. Says hi, Lorena and Erica. Hello. Hello. I missed the hat. Yeah, I do. I do. I thoroughly miss the hat. And Emily Kruger is here as well. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Dragon Con. Yes. So for people who do not know, Dragon Con is one of the longest running fan cons on the East Coast. It's Labor Day weekend every year, and it's in Hotlanta, aka Atlanta. I know Chris Gore has been going there the past couple of years. It is the craziest fan convention I've ever been to. Back in the day, when I would go, literally, I would be like in some of the bars, and you'd have some of the actors. They would just come there and just hang out with you.
Wow.
They would just hang out with you. The cosplay is just it's I want to say it's almost like, no, it's not almost, it is like the Super Bowl of cosplay. Just when you see what kinds of things people come up with, they have cosplay, they have cosplay competitions. There's also panels, with actors and all of that. But it's one of the biggest fan run conventions that's been going on for, I think, like probably like 20 years. But it's also got a, let's say, how did Universal dorks put it? You need to come to Dragon Con with the rest of us Disney degenerates for all the cosplay. So it's really
Honestly, that
cool.
sounds fun.
It is the most fun convention. There's nothing like having the Atlanta police kick you out of the bar. It's like early Sunday morning to kick you out. So that's
Oh.
always that's always fun. Okay.
Yeah, there's because I'm a Star Wars girly. There's actually a couple cosplay groups that like the 501st, they all have made like 3D printed armor to look like the clone troopers from the 501st, which for all of us Star Wars nerdies, we know what that is. But anyway, it's a group of clone troopers that were assigned to Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin during the Clone Wars. Um, and but the thing is they'll go to these conventions together, and it's really cool because there's like shots of them all going down the escalators together, and like people just get these giant videos of them all. But then also they'll do charity stuff events for kids and different things, and they use it as a way to like help people. And I'm like, I think that's super cool that they're turning this fan thing that they love to do as a way to like help give back to their communities.
Hmm. Yeah, it's so cool. Like, especially, I'm like looking at Erica's note, and I'm like I'm like scrambling through at the same time. Um, One of the big ones in Dragon Con, and if you've gone to a lot of conventions, you guys will totally remember what this is. But okay, I guess where we are. So the 501st,
Mhm.
if you guys know, yeah, they have like legions everywhere,
Oh, heck yeah.
but at Dragon Con, they rolled thick at Dragon Con. And if you go to the Family Cafe, which is like a special needs convention that they have, like every year, which is absolutely amazing. If you go, the 501st is there as well. And they have like all, the droids, they have Jawas, they even have a pink R2D2 unit that's there. And it's really cool. So
Yeah, I totally love those guys. They're awesome. Well, there's probably some girlies in there too, but with the uniforms, you don't know.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, I got so much stuff coming at me. We're gonna get through that part in the Disney in the Disney part at Disney part of the show. Hey, for our big studio. Love the avatar. That's so cool. Brian Costa's here. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I saw Dad Man come in here. There's Dad Man. And I also see Keely Chow as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Well, let's get to the Universal news really, really quick. We're going to run through these real fast so we can get to the Frisco, Texas news while folks are
Yeah, I was
here.
looking at the stuff for Universal, and there's some really cool stuff they're planning for Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited. But another thing I want to let folks know, because Wicked for Good is coming. That movie's coming to theaters, not because I'm hyped to go see it, but because Camera Girl is dragging me to, to go and see it. So that's why I know about it. But apparently, starting October 31st at noon, this is from the official Universal Orlando X account. New experience featuring magic from Wicked for Good in theaters November 21st. Check out the new authentic and replica film costumes, exclusive merch, and more. So, the Wicked experience, which of course opened in time for the first Wicked movie, like I said, that thing was not going anywhere. Because there's so much traffic that's through there with people you can go in. The props are amazing. The photo ops are just something else. The merch is really good too. So it's really cool going in there into the store. Like here's one of the photo ops where you have Elphaba's broom as well. And it looks like this is new. This is like a new dessert. So there's like a stand that's right outside
Oh, that
that
looks so good.
has like different drinks. I think they're non-alcoholic for the most part. You can get them like there's one drink it's blue. It's called I think it's called like the Oz Dust or something like that. Very inventive stuff. This is definitely new and I want it. That's that looks like a homemade Oreo. I don't know, but it looks like vanilla and mint. And of course you've got Glinda's butterfly there. It looks like strawberry ice cream, and over here on the other side looks like mint, maybe mint chocolate. But it looks
Oh, no, that looks
delicious.
really good. I got a sweet tooth now looking at that.
Actually, that looks really good.
Yeah, it looks
It's
so.
like an Oreo ice cream sandwich on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I
Yeah, that
think,
would so mess with my blood sugar.
Oh,
and the thing is, I think the Oreo is like I'm gonna say Oreo in quotes because I don't know if it's an actual Oreo or if it's their own sandwich cookies because
Yeah.
make their own white label sandwich cookies. If it's got like a layer of vanilla and a layer of mint cream in it together,
mm.
it kind of looks
Ooh.
like that.
Yeah, I'm a mint chocolate girly. I love mint chocolate.
I love mint chocolate. And look at, oh my gosh, and these little pearls. I'm just seeing that. There's little pearl sets that's in there. Let me see if I can. I just happened to notice
It's,
that. See if I can
see,
get a little bigger. Yeah.
strawberry and mint go really well together. I think some people might not realize that, but there's a lot of like salad dresses or cocktails or different things like that that'll have strawberry and mint together. So that sounds
Yeah.
like it would be really good.
I've done that before too. Strawberries with like some mint leaves that are on it.
Hmm.
Usually I have watermelon with mint, but I've had strawberry. Strawberry with mint depends on how you balance it because you can't mint is so strong that you have
Yeah.
to be careful with it so it doesn't like overpower the strawberry that it should, enhance the strawberry more more so than that. Yeah, I Amanda, I know. That's a primary reason why I wasn't really all that thrilled with Wicked to begin with. But when you got a theater kid, yeah, I got dragged to New York to see Wicked. And then the movie came out. And we had to go to the first showing. And I've never seen so much pink and green in one place in my life. But they had the time of their lives in there, I'm telling you. Uh, Hey, OG 55 says Reina. I was in Studio City the other day. Wow, I haven't been in Studio City in like ages, dude. And saw a theater called Lorena and thought of you. Ha ha ha. Have a great stream. Well, thank you so much, my dear. I hope you are doing well. Reporting on those theme parks out there on the West Coast. There is an outside chance that I may actually be on the West Coast next year.
Mm.
Maybe checking out Disneyland next year. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Let's see. Regarding Dragon Con, Yeah, it kind of was. It was like a fan, just like a fan convention, fantasy, sci-fi, all of that together, books, art, that kind of thing. And then it just seemed to get bigger when they got, actual celebrities to come to the convention. It was like the celebrities were hanging out with the fans. That's pretty much what that convention became, and I hope it's still the same flavor. But that was basically it. You're in the bar and somebody's up there singing karaoke, and it's one of the guys from Babylon 5. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. You can always toss leg, LOL. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could. I'll keep you posted, OG. Right now, it's kind of conceptual in the ether, but I hope to finalize what my plans are going to be by the end of this year. Berry Place Arena crossover. Oh, it going, Shogi. Oh, definitely, absolutely, definitely, my bud. Berry Place. Oh, this looks so good. Okay, so it looks like this is the alcoholics ones that they're gonna have. And I'm guessing, I don't know, berry, strawberry,
Mm.
maybe watermelon, but that looks like a sour belt. Oh my gosh, look at that. The right,
So margarita,
yeah, that's
green
what I'm
margarita.
thinking. Margarita with green salt, like vivid green, green salt. So that actually looks good. So yeah, both of those look good. Again, you got to have an ID to purchase the alcoholic ones, but you can get them without the alcohol. And as a matter of fact, the drinks that they have that do not have alcohol, they're actually really good, and they're really inventive. So I always say, try those out. So that's what's going on there with Wicked. Coming from Attractions Magazine, Express Pass for single attractions testing at Universal Orlando. So apparently, it looks like Universal is trying to test a little bit of what Disney has been doing with their Lightning Lane. So
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
yeah, go
I don't
ahead.
like Lightning Lane.
Yeah, with I do not like Lightning Lane. I tell people do not buy Lightning Lane. Get to the park early. I know it sucks, but folks usually have more time than money, so I would highly suggest doing it that way. But with the thing with Universal is that Universal has always had their express pass with two caveats. One, it's very pricey, and two, it's extremely limited. So it sells out. Like when it sells out, it sells out. There's hardly anybody in the express lane. So you can go as with the standby wait and still do it. So that's the thing with Universal's Express. They've always had it, and that's always been the caveat. It's not like with Disney with their Lightning Lane where you'll go and sometimes the standby lane is shorter than the Lightning Lane because they haven't sold it out. They've kind of like oversold it. But with
Uh,
Universal, there's hardly anybody in the express lane. So you can definitely get your money's worth, especially if you stay at one of Universal's premium resorts.
Mm.
You get the express pass included.
Yeah.
oh, wow.
Yeah. So if you say like have depending on how big your party is, like say for example, you have a family of 5 and you stay at like the Hard Rock Resort or Portofino or my favorite, the Royal Pacific, everybody gets express pass, and not the usual express pass where you just get in line once. You can get in line as many times as you want. So that's why I
Okay.
kind of advise people that if they're staying at Universal, if you can, if your budget allows it, try to stay at the premium resort. If not, it's okay. You don't have to, but that's like a major perk that you can get your money's worth with very, very easy. But it looks like with this here, this limited time option is currently available for Revenge of the Mummy at Universal Studios and Skull Island at Reign of Kong. So this single use option is new. Usually when you purchase the express pass, all of them are in a bundle and you have passes for each, a pass for each attraction that's eligible for express. So with this one, you can just purchase one. So apparently, a Universal spokesperson told Attractions Magazine, "We are always evaluating our offerings and exploring ways to enhance the guest experience. While the Universal Express single attraction access is currently a limited time offering, there's a possibility that the future availability may expand, change, or vary by attraction." So you can go scan the QR code and purchase it in the app. Now, I will say, I really don't think that this is a very good value um,
No.
at all. Not compared to, say, if you buy the Universal Express pass for the day, you have like a bucket of attractions to use, and it's pretty much price effective when you pay for it. But I would not be paying definitely not Kong Skull Island, which that attraction is just freaking horrible. I wish they'd knock it down. It's worse than Fast and Furious. Shouldn't even be there. But $25 for that. I mean, I love the Mummy attraction, but there's no way I'm paying $25 for that. $10 maybe, but $25, there's just no way. And I honestly think that it is a slippery slope.
Is this
Yeah.
is this more for people like that maybe miss being able to get an express pass for the day because they've sold out? So this would be like the fallback for like the big e-ticket attractions, I guess, if it's even included. I don't know if they're gonna even have those attractions attached to this.
It is with Universal Express, I believe. And I should have pulled that up. The last time I used Universal Express, like I actually went and bought it, it did include the Mummy. So it usually includes like the big attractions. You can buy an express pass for just one park, or you can buy it for both parks.
Yeah.
But I think that's a very good scenario that you brought up, Erica. What if, because it does happen, like say for example, yeah, Christmas, I'll bring that up, where the Express, Universal Express is usually sold out. That's a possible option for people to do. But it's like again, the price, just the
Yeah,
point.
it's a bit overpriced for um but at the same time when I compared to Disney, because in some of the attractions Disney didn't even have a standby line. So, and it was difficult to use the virtual queue, and they really monetized on that FOMO with guests and that feeling of, well, I paid all this money and I really want to come to this attraction. Like I came here for this, like Guardians or Tron. And it really kind of I know because we were in that position, it really just forced our hand to have to pay for the individual lightning lane because we weren't getting in the virtual queue. There was no standby.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just like, well, screw it. We'll just pay the $17 and get on it because, we came all the way from Germany and we really want to ride this ride. And it kind of sucked that we were put in that position. But at least with Universal, they have standby lines. Like it seems like they're not pushing the guests in that situation like Disney was. Disney was being really manipulative about it and not in an attractive way either.
Yeah, because with Universal, it's less about FOMO and more about, how would I put this? More about, I really want to do that attraction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of like how I would say how it
It
is at Universal.
I feel like I just don't want to see Universal go down that slippery slope that everyone's pointing out that Disney has, where they're nickel and diming people, and it's not worth it because you're not getting that. You're not able to prioritize the things you really want to hit. I can see why it would be necessary, especially with the Epic Universe issues that have been running into. People want to ride a ride, and it's just the lines are so long they haven't been able to. So I can see why Express Pass would be great. But the problem is they've got to keep it as an exclusive thing. I hate to say that, but like if they try to do what Disney's done, then there's no point in paying for it because the whole point is to make sure you can get to the rides you want to get to. And so it means some people are going to miss out, and that's unfortunate. But at the same time, like you said, if you show up early, you plan multiple days, you work things out. I remember when we went, again, I was talking about um, when back in the 90s, Indiana Jones was huge, and we were there at Disney, and the lines were always super long, and my mom and aunt did not wanna wait in line, they didn't wanna go, so first thing, we got there at rope drop, and one day, and she told my teenage brothers and I, she's like, "Just go. Go, you guys, go do it," and we got there was, like, almost no line because we
Mm-hmm.
went straight there at rope drop, and that's really what some people have just got to remember is that if something is a priority, you just get there early and you go there first.
Exactly. Exactly. And speaking of value, because here's something to compare. So and keep this in mind, they are testing it. Like I've always said, no one is immune from the laws of economics. So they're probably thinking, if we test this, what's the effect on everything else? So I won't ding Universal for trying this as like a limited test because it's only with 2 rides. However, as a consumer, I'm thinking $25 for that. Let's see. On the least expensive day, a one park Universal Express pass for the studios starts at $129. These are all of the attractions subject to change that you get access to for $129. $129, compare that to like $25 for one attraction. It's like I don't see this happening unless, like, say you're there at Christmas, you're there someday where you could not get an express pass because they do sell out. There is a hard sellout on these, and for some
See,
reason you just wanna try it. You just wanna ride
that's
it.
that's my argument right there is that you are going to have people that get there and they've sold out of that express pass, and there will be at least, I would say, 1 to 2 major attractions that are just their must-haves.
Mhm,
And look, at the end of the day, people are willing to pay for um I mean, if the people are willing to pay for it at Disney, they're going to pay for it at Universal. No one likes to hear that, but it's just the truth.
mhm,
Um, I think there again, the difference is that every attraction at Universal still has a standby line. Universal's not really known to do this virtual queuing like Disney's known for, and then or pay. So like there is no third option. That was the biggest complaint with Tron and like Guardians was there was no standby line for the longest
mhm,
time, and you were either forced to hope and pray you got into the virtual queue, but if you didn't, then you felt like you had no choice but to pay
mhm,
for the individual lightning lane. And that's where it got unfair because there was just no third option. Then it got to the point where the lines didn't even justify them
mhm,
continuing that practice, and they continued that practice and their reputation continued to tank.
mhm,
So
Mhm.
finally they brought in the standby line, but they were really trying to milk it. But with Universal, it's more of an add-on, not really a replacement of. Now, if they were going to replace the standby line with this, oh yeah, like complain away. Like you're shooting
Mhm.
yourself in the foot. No one's going to want to, the consumer is going to reject that. But if this is just one of those, damn, I got here and they're sold out of the express passes and I really want to get on at least these 2 attractions, um, some people are willing to budget that in. And if they're in the know while they're planning before they get to the park, they will put that money in a jar.
Mhm.
They will reserve that for as a just in
Mhm.
case.
Yeah, I think the main thing they've got to worry about is volume, making sure that they're not selling too many of
Yeah.
these so that it's not getting people what they're paying for.
Yeah, and that's the
Exactly.
balance right there is how is this gonna see, and that's the negative fault, but that's what we don't know yet is how are they gonna finagle this not backfiring in the queue lines. I think that's the only negative is that
How
balance of
Yeah.
the standby line moving,
Yeah.
but your express people feeling like they're getting what they paid for. And Disney hasn't really figured that good balance out. I don't
No.
know if Universal has some kind of secret sauce we're unaware of.
Well, what I know with Universal from my years of going there is that they are very good at capping capacity. And again,
Mhm.
that's with the law of economics. If you introduce scarcity, if people, like for example, when people see with Disney with the individual lightning lanes, it's like, oh my gosh, you're nickeling and diming us, we're out, lines like all the way out the door. That's not going to work. That doesn't seem that way. But with Universal, where that they will cap the amount that they sell, you kind of look at that and this is me for right now. You look at that and it's like, oh, $25 a person. They probably only have but so many of these that they're going to sell. So it's different when you pay that $25 theoretically, so to speak, and it takes you 2 minutes to get on the attraction, as opposed to you pay for that lightning lane at Disney and you're still waiting in line for another hour because they
Mhm.
oversell it. So I think if
Yeah.
Universal puts capacity on that sucker, then it'll work. It
Yeah.
Yeah.
may also be something of, hey, you don't know when we're going to let you know if we have individual
Yeah.
express
Oh, that's
attractions
true.
available where it's like a lottery. You don't know.
That's true.
So
Yeah, so if they're
yeah.
looking at it and they're like, "We don't have a lot of people coming right now," and so it pops up, 30 minutes, you can come get this one right now because we're low on
Mhm.
this line. If they're doing it that way, that would be beneficial to them and the customers. It just takes a lot of work and effort, and are they willing to put in the work and effort?
Yeah, which is probably why they're doing it as this pilot. So it will be very interesting to see what they do. I will keep my eye on this. So again, if they go with regards to scarcity instead of FOMO,
Yeah.
I think it will actually, yeah,
Mhm.
I think it would actually work, but we'll see what happen. Dan's Life at the Kingdom says if Universal offers $25 single express pass for Hagrid's, it will
Yeah.
sell out. Like the lawyer from Jurassic Park says, we could charge bleep, 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 and people would pay for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's true. Like you
Exactly.
said, the law of economics,
It's
Oh, yeah.
it's totally the law of economics. And yeah, go and shogi, it has nothing to do with trust. It has nothing to do with trust and everything to do with how much you're going to make and what your consumer behavior is like. Because if I want to test this out and say, hey, what happens if we offer, this limited access for 1 or 2 attractions? Let's see what happens. There's nothing wrong with me trying that and seeing what happens. It could come out to, oh, we didn't think this was going to happen. We think that was going to happen or
Yeah.
whatever. But I do not fault Universal for trying that particular experience. Eventually, what it all boils down to is economics. Is your consumer willing to pay for that? Is your consumer going to see value in that. And the
Mhm.
type of consumers that you have at Universal are not the same with regards to Disney. They are two completely I would say two completely different animals, because there's no friggin' way you're gonna get somebody goes to Universal to like say pay $25 for each particular attraction just for FOMO. It's like, nah, I don't think so.
Mm.
I'll go and do something else. But getting back to Universal Kids Resort in Frisco, Texas. I know we don't have Sam for very long, so I definitely want to get her opinion on this before Erica and I dive into it. But for people who do not know, Universal is building a resort specifically focused on kids, I think ages like up to 9, and their
Mhm.
families, coming to Frisco, Texas in 2026. And one of the cool things about this attraction, if you've gone to the DreamWorks land over in the studios, you've gotten like a sneak peek at kind of what this resort is going to be like. So you're going to have DreamWorks Shrek Swamp. Shrek Swamp is already over in DreamWorks land at Universal, and it is so much fun. It is like a huge play area. It's even got Shrek's outhouse, so when
Oh,
you slide
fun.
down it, it makes a
Does it
flushing
fart?
noise.
Oh.
It does that. You go down, you can stop and you can ask Pinocchio a question. He'll give you like, makes zero sense, but he kind of like pops out. Um, there's just so many, it's just like this huge play area. It's nothing but like water, and it's just fun, and the kids can just run around. There's rope things that they can do, and it's all themed, to Shrek Swamp, which makes it even funnier. Puss in Boots Del Mar, there's something kind of like that already. Mama Luna's cat sanctuary. In a way, if you go over to DreamWorks Land, it's so funny. It's like all these little interactive areas that looks like it's Mama Luna's cat sanctuary. You can even do these little things where you can actually spray the cats with water
Oh,
and
God.
little interact, have them like follow dots and play with it. It's so funny. It's so much fun to do. So they're probably expanding it from like Del Mar and the Puss in Boots movie. SpongeBob SquarePants Bikini Bottom. Yeah. Recreating Bikini Bottom. If you have kids who have ever watched SpongeBob SquarePants, Bikini Bottom is where the whole thing is set up. And I think it's even gonna have Goo Lagoon, which is like they
Oh,
even have
wow.
like a thing like Muscle Beach. So you have like Goo Lagoon. I forget the other one that they have, but they're probably gonna have the Krusty Krab, the Chum Bucket, and all of that. You've got Jurassic World Adventure Camp, so they're probably gonna bring out the
Yeah.
animatronics with like the little dinosaurs and the raptors and all of that. DreamWorks Trolls Fest. I freaking love this. Over in DreamWorks Land, they have like a whole like troll section. They have a troller coaster. They've got like a show where they sing all the. I love the trolls. Okay, I will not apologize. I freaking love the trolls. And it's so much fun. And then you have Illuminations Minions versus Minions Bello Bay Club. So basically, you're going to have the purple Minions versus the yellow Minions, and it's probably just going to be absolutely freaking insane. And I don't know what Isle of Curiosity is, but I can't wait to figure out what that's going to be. So, Sam, I will give you the floor on this, especially as you have
Yeah.
young kids. Erica and I our kids are no longer young anymore, but a lot of them grew up on these particular franchises. So let me know, what do you think about this?
Okay, I'm really gonna give you a hot take here, and I know there is gonna be a lot of parents out there that are gonna be like, "Wow, you're special. I don't agree." And that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. Um, I am a little perplexed at the IPs they picked in some of the cases. Um I honestly, then the more I was thinking about it, I think they're trying to hit everything. I think they're trying to hit something. There's at least one IP that every parent out there will approve of because um, Trolls is actually a controversial IP amongst parents. They've had some Rainbow Club stuff included in their things, and not all conservative parents are comfortable with the Trolls IP. So the inclusion
Really?
of the oh yeah, there are I'm in the take it early. I'm not super into trolls. My kids aren't into trolls, so I don't care. I'm in the neutral zone with trolls, but I know parents who absolutely hate trolls. They think that it is LGBTQ marketing and that they're very offended by it. I have friends who think it is absolutely funny and have no issues with it. I'm in between, I'm neutral because mostly my kids don't care. So that one I was like, "Huh, that's interesting they picked that because there's feels with that IP." So, but at the same time, there's neutral people like me who don't care. There's also feels with SpongeBob. I There are parents who don't let their kids watch SpongeBob because they don't think it is appropriate. And they think that it's immature, it's crass, it's, not intellectually developed like, there now that's a small group. So that was those 2, I was like, "Hmm, that's interesting." Oh my goodness, Shrek. Every dad is gonna love that. That is gonna be the daddy and little boy land. They are gonna love that. That's gonna be great. I think that's fabulous. The ones I actually think I'm most excited for, if I was gonna go there with my kids, would
Hmm.
be the Jurassic Park, the Shrek, and the Puss in Boots. Those are the
Yeah.
ones I'm most excited for.
Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
those were really great ones. I think the biggest sell is gonna be the Jurassic Adventure one. That is gonna be the one that draws people because universally, everybody loves dinosaurs. I was a little girl that played with dinosaurs. My little girls play with dinosaurs. Like, everybody loves that. That just looks fabulous. Um, the other IP, A Little Curiosity, that one looks more like it's tailored to toddlers, and they're not giving a lot of information, and I don't know that IP. So I wonder where they
Oh.
get that IP and what content's in there. So that one's gonna be interesting. I also think it's interesting that they're saying it's for up like, it's to 9, because in all honesty, I could see my 11 and 10 and 12 and 13 year olds liking some of this stuff too. In fact, I think SpongeBob might be more age appropriate and more entertaining for some of those slightly older ones, because I'm not sure how many little kids are watching SpongeBob anymore. I know
Yeah.
SpongeBob was still a big deal for my son who's turning 13, his cohort, but 9-year-olds? I don't know too many 9-year-old boys who are into SpongeBob. So like, there I'm really kind of there's some questions there, like, I'm
Mhm.
wondering but at the same time, if they don't have issues with families coming with their slightly older kids too, that might be good. That might be great. But yeah, I'm super excited about Jurassic Park, and I know my husband, oh my gosh, I know my husband will be excited about Shrek because he loves those movies. He thinks they're funny. He's got the kids loving those movies, and I'm not a huge fan.
Oh.
Don't hate me in the comments, people. I don't hate Shrek. I just don't love it. Okay.
It's
So,
okay.
yeah.
No, I
That's my
just
hot
wanted to
take.
add, I just want to add that Kiss My Grit said they changed the age target to 3 to 12 from their original
Oh,
target of
that makes
3
more
to 9.
sense.
Okay. Okay.
That makes
Okay.
much more sense.
Okay. I can go through these as someone who had a kid who's into a lot of these IPs, and who I also have nieces and nephews who are much younger, who are still attracted to to some of these IPs. Like with SpongeBob, it's kind of like the same thing with the Minions. Physical
Mhm.
comedy will never not be funny to
And that's
to
if they
little
lean
kids.
into that a little bit more, I could see kids who don't watch SpongeBob still enjoying it and parents still taking them to that land even if they don't wanna watch the show. My issue with SpongeBob, and I know there's gonna be people who come for me in the comments, and that's okay. I love you. You have all the feels you want, and you can think what you want. to me, I feel that SpongeBob models disrespectful interpersonal relationships, and I don't want that being something modeled for my kids in their entertainment. But at a theme park, when it looks like they're just getting sprayed with water and being silly, sure, go for it. Like, that's 2 different worlds.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what they're going for. It's like they're recreating the setting of what's
Yeah,
going on with SpongeBob. So you can like spray people, and there's like all kinds of water features and and stuff like that that they have going on for it. So that's pretty much what that looks like. Interactive fun, splash around, and of course they've got the characters and everything there. So it's like
yeah,
when I go for this, it's like I'm not really going from the standpoint of issues that people have with certain IPs,
yes,
because that's something that's been going on for 20 years, and I've had
yeah,
arguments with people about a lot of that. But that aside, it's more of like the atmosphere that they're presenting, which seems to be very neutral for kids to just kind of go enjoy, and
yeah,
and go and have fun. Like with Shrek Swamp, yeah, that's going to be too much fun. First of all, I love the fact that they're going to actually have a dark ride, and I think Kiss My Grits just brought this up about Shrek and Fiona and their
aw,
happy ever after. So I think that's a
okay.
really, really good idea, because one of the things that I
That's
love
marketing
about
to the mommies.
yes,
And
and
that's
it's
what I was that's okay, last quick thought I'm gonna throw out here is that that's what I was trying to say before. At first, I was surprised at the IPs they picked, but then when I was thinking about it more, I realized they're trying to hit something that everyone will like, and they're trying to find things that parents will want to enjoy with their kids. And so I'm gonna say Shrekland is gonna be more of a daddy land, but if they're gonna throw in the love story, yeah, that brings the mommies in. So, like, I love that I like that they're trying it feels like they're trying to be intentional from the way they're approaching these IPs. So even if you don't love the IP, you might love the experience there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just like enjoying it, the potty humor of, Shrek Swamp, the idea of, the ogre and the princess that got together, and then they actually have their little kids, that are there, as well.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's like there's something for everybody. Like case in point, and I hope they put this in Frisco, Texas. They better. When you go to King Harold's Lily Pad, where you kind of step on the different notes, and the
Mhm.
frogs will actually sing a note, you can actually recreate the Budweiser frogs. It's not obvious. You have to find it. And looking at like the faces of some parents when they hear a note, and they're like, "Is that what I think that is? Is that
Oh,
really?"
that's
And they're like
funny.
moving around their kids, and are just like, "No, they put Budweiser in it." So you can actually do it where the frogs say Budweiser, but it is not obvious. The kids will never. Well, you might have a smart one that'll figure it out. But if you don't have the cultural reference, you won't figure it out. But if you do, you will figure it out, and it is the most hilarious thing.
That just sounds fun too, because there's the kids are super creative. They can play lots of different songs of those. That sounds yeah. So the IP can be fine. It how you approach it. Like,
I totally agree with you on that. Like at again, like at DreamWorks Land, they have the theme basically of that whole place is for families to have fun together. There's
mhm,
something for everyone to have fun with, but the emphasis is again on families with young kids having fun together. Even if you go over back where they have Kung Fu Panda for like Poe and everything, they have like what is it? They have like their own laundry where it dumps like a huge thing of water on top of people, and it has like the pond of resonance, and it even has this little walkway where there's like rocks, but it actually squirts out water, which feels really good on your feet when it's 95 degrees.
Yeah.
heck yeah.
Hmm. Any
Well,
kind of
and
squirting water feels good in 95-degree weather.
mhm. Well, and the location they're picking, this is gonna be a good year-round place. Like, yeah, it'll be hot in the summer, but everything's hot in the
Right.
summer, you just
Yeah,
deal. I'm wondering what their shade is gonna be like because
that's a good point.
especially if they're catering to little kids,
Mhm.
having shady places so little kids aren't turning into crispy critters is gonna be important too.
Yeah,
So,
because they
Yeah.
do I thought about that too, and again, over I keep repeating this, but being in DreamWorks Land, which is literally like their pilot for the one in Frisco, Texas, there are these little places where you can go that are covered. If they don't have air conditioning, there's powerful fans that are there. A lot of people like to go back to where the Kung Fu Panda section is because it's huge, it's big, and it's covered, and it's got lots of fans, and it's like kind of semi carpeted, so it's kind of comfortable. Even over where the Trolls area is, there's like this little play area for like smaller kids, and it's great if you have young kids or you have infants. It's kind of like over to the side. We'll say it's like this big tree with these suspended little pods that little kids can go in. I highly suggest putting a blanket on there because you don't want them laying on germs, and they can kind of go in these little pods and just
yeah.
kind of hang out and just kind of chill and hang out. And it's a lovely little, like, nice little area that's covered, that has fans, that's kind of, again, off to the side where it's kind of like peaceful. You can kind of take your time and hang out over there. And yeah, lots of places that are kind of like covered. um they could use a little bit more coverage, but that's just me being that's just me being greedy. But planned out very well for families who want to be active together, kids who want to be active together. People kind of need, hey, I need to go over here with the baby and be away from some of y'all for a little bit because they need a nap, or they just need to chill.
Yeah. That's one last thing I wanna say is I wonder how they're gonna accommodate moms because you guarantee there's gonna be some moms with babies. Are they gonna have mothers' lounges? Are they gonna have places where you can, like, change your toddler, things like that?
Yeah.
Those
Mhm.
those will make the experience so much better. Like, I know I talk to military moms all the time. I'm talking to moms with littles all the time, and places that take care of the mamas, they give us places to nurse, they give us places to change our babies that are clean, that are easily accessible. We love those places. We flock to them. We will tell everyone about them. That is the best marketing they can do is have good places for your mamas. You will get more families.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I know, Sam, you've got to go, but thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here, my dear. Where can people find you, and what do you have going on?
Okay, so I have my own YouTube channel. It's called Sam Wolf Life of a Military Wife. We cover a lot of different things military related, but because we're military, we travel a lot. We live in different countries. We have lots of different experiences with things like that. So if you're interested in hearing the stories of veterans and their service, or learning about the different things we do as military families, whether it be travel or living in other countries or just things like that, come check us out, even if you're not military. And if you are military, come join our wonderful community. I have Erica on with me once a month. We do a military spouse panel where we talk about stuff as military spouses. I'm going to be starting a book club next year, and I love interviewing veterans. This is a huge project of mine. If you are a veteran, if you know someone who is a veteran, I want to, for free, help preserve a record of their military experience for your family. If they're comfortable with me putting it on the podcast, I would love to be able to do that too. But more than anything, I want every veteran to have their story recorded for their family at no cost to them. So that is something I am very passionate about. And I'm so thankful for Lorena for letting me come and play with her on this channel too.
Well, you are more than welcome. So love having you here. We're going to talk some more in a future stream just about going to these theme parks if you have little ones or you're expecting a little one. I think that's something that's been overlooked a whole lot. We need to have a future stream about that.
Yeah, because there are ways they can make this more meaningful and attract more parents without having to market it, because word of mouth, if you do certain things right, you won't ever have to market. Word of mouth will do it for
Mhm.
you.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, folks, please do go over and subscribe to Sam's channel. I'll have the link to her channel in the description box when this live stream is over. Thanks so much for joining us, my dear. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Yep. Take
Bye,
care.
Sam.
Ciao.
So, over 160 of you are watching us
Ooh.
between all the socials. So, thank you so much for being here. This is the Resort Recon Live podcast. Erica, what are your thoughts about the Frisco, Texas resort?
I think it's cute. It's going to be fun for parents with little ones. And if we end up anywhere in Texas, I know we want to go, but we're going to go with friends that already have a little kid. So we don't feel like the creepy adults, creeping around families. Um, I can't wait to go with friends that have little kids. And
Yeah, I can't wait. Again, at DreamWorks Land, and you know what? I'm gonna actually show you guys what it is.
I
Because
haven't even
like
seen it. I
folks are like,
keep
what have
forgetting
you
to look
been
it up.
talking about? DreamWorks Land? What is I
I've
think
heard.
because I watched that get built from, well, they took away some parts to
Um,
some parts to build it. But I saw it like being built and I was so excited. Like there's Shrek's house. Like back over here, this is where Shrek Swamp is. So
oh,
it's got
okay.
like
Oh, wow.
lily pad areas, a cat of like nine tails areas that's there. Like here it is, Shrek Swamp for little ogres. Freaking love
Little
it.
ogres.
Like literally, this
Funny.
you put the little boogers over there, let them run around, get wet. They can meet Shrek and Fiona and Donkey. Do not meet the Shrek and Donkey meet Greet. Do not miss that. It's freaking hilarious to go over there. Donkey is something else. They get to run around. There's so many things that they can do that's there. All kinds of cool stuff that they get to do. Poe's Kung Fu Training Camp. That's a lot of darn water and it's
Oh,
hilarious. So they
wow.
have like the little pandas dumping like the water over there. That's where the Chinese laundry is. And they get to do that. There's something that's like Poe's Kung Fu. Well, the actual interactive thing that you do with Poe for Kung Fu, that's
Mhm.
like Turtle Talk with Crush.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cute.
Like Turtle Talk with Crush. And I can't remember if I put the video up for members or not. But Poe is he's trying to do a Kung Fu training class with you guys, but he also has to babysit his little cousin Ling Ling. And she keeps
Okay.
popping up and he's like, she's hiding. So if you see her, you tell me when you see her, and she'll kind of like pop out. They're like, "There's Ling Ling." It's like, where? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? It's so cute.
That's
It's so
cute.
cute. So you get to learn kung fu, and it's so funny because especially with the parents that are there with their
Mhm.
kids, makes it even funnier. So yeah, that part is it's so much fun. So there's that. There's the roller coaster, which I do love. There's Poppy's Playground, King Harold Swamp Symphony. This is the Budweiser thing, okay?
Okay.
So they have the little
Okay.
frogs, it's like oh my gosh, there used to be this toy called the Big Mouth Singers. It was like a piano, and you would like press a note, and one of the characters would like open
Remember.
its mouth really wide and like say the note. That's pretty much what this is like.
Okay.
So there's these little ones where you step on the pad and a different frog sings a different note. But you don't know the Budweiser note until you step on it. And you like, I know what that is. I know what that is. And I've seen parents like, move out the way, move out the way. And they're constantly doing
Ah,
their Budweiser.
jeez.
That is the coolest like in joke. So you can tell that when they put this together, that it kind of reminds me of the Muppets in a way, where they
Mhm.
would do stuff for kids and they would throw a joke in there that only the adults would get. That's what this is like. So it's a lot of fun. The kids jump around doing the notes, but the parents are like, "Hey, I want to do Budweiser." So that's DreamWorks Land. That's over there. Get the Shrexel, which is a pretzel that looks like Shrek, and it has booger green cheese that comes with it.
Booger blue cheese.
Yes, Erica, I had to get that. When
I think I saw a picture of that. I just forgot the name of it. It's so funny.
it was a Shrek. It sold out like the day I went for the passport preview. The pretzel sold out. I was so mad because I wanted one. It's not just the pretzel itself, but the fact that the cheese looks like booger green cheese, and you dip the. Yeah, they do that.
Nacho cheese, or is it like a cheddar cheese?
Um, I want to say it's like a white cheddar. I would say it's not
I prefer
It's not
nacho.
it's not the sharp cheddar, it's not nacho cheese. It may be a blend of the 2 because it's definitely not, bland cheese.
Mm.
Very, very smooth, but it's really good. Yeah, booger cheese. 'Cause, yeah, I have that kind of twisted sense of humor. They're like, "It's green cheese." I'm like, "No, it's booger green cheese."
Get it right. It's boogers.
Ah. Is it Aldo says boogers, yum. Is that better or worse than blue milk? Mr. Milk Toast, it is way better than blue milk. It's something that I didn't know that I needed. Literally, it's you got a pretzel, you're dipping it in booger green cheese and it tastes good. Kids like gross stuff like that. It looks gross, but it tastes good. Yeah, trust me. Somebody remembered what it was like being like a 7-year-old boy and say, "Hey, why don't we have a Shrexel and put booger green cheese with it?"
Our 10-year-old selves are just going along with it.
Yep.
It's boogers. Boogers.
Messing with people like, "You getting the booger green cheese? Because you can't have a Shrexel without booger green cheese." Oh my gosh, yeah, we're the worst. But you know what? It makes money because it's stuff for parents
Yep.
and kids, So that's the thing. They should fight back with booger milk. There's something in Shrek that's like that. I think it had slugs in it. I have to go back and watch Shrek 2 because that's where they went to the villains bar. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Where Puss in Boots walked in and he wanted a bottle of spoiled milk and told her to leave the bottle.
Ah. Mm-mm.
The Shrek movies are freaking genius, let me tell you. Gotta go back and watch it. They're hilarious. Oh, but anyway, we're gonna switch on over to some Disney news. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We sure do appreciate you guys here on the Resort Recon Live podcast. Now, this was some news that I did not expect. And that, of yes, I don't know if you've ever been on the Ratatouille
I
attraction.
haven't.
You
Never
ain't
got a
miss,
chance.
you ain't missing a darn thing. They basically took it from Disneyland Paris,
Yeah.
and
I heard it was a copy and paste attraction.
yeah, it pretty much was. It was a copy and paste attraction. It was cute, but it wasn't anything that was groundbreaking.
Gotcha.
It wasn't anything that like pushed the envelope. It was just something there to get people interested in the France Pavilion, because the things that the France Pavilion at Epcot is basically known for is the sandwich shop in the back and the Guerlain fragrance store in the front, which I need to stay the heck out of, but I can't. And I go, but if you go to the back, there's the cake and ice cream store that's there, and then further in the back is the boulangerie and patisserie, so it's like a French bistro. So that's where they have the freaking awesome sandwiches. I've loved going over there. The sandwiches are amazing, and the only place where you can get a key lime and raspberry macaron. It's $15. It's like that big, but the taste is banging. You will never find anything like that. You go in there, they've got like the croissants, they've got the sandwiches, they've got, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Go back there. That's pretty much it. Skip. Don't even bother going in the chef de France. Just go to the back, get your cake, get your sandwich.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's the only thing we do in the France pavilion. We just grab our French yummies, eat, and leave.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Rats.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
jeez.
prefer the stream where we talk about gingerbread. That's so funny, Aldo. Hey, BR guys, good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see. So I'm gonna go over this real quick before I go to some of your comments because I see some really, 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 really good ones that you guys have. So breaking, and this is coming from Drew Smith, Drew Disney dude, really good dude. Follow him on X. I've met him a couple times in the parks. Breaking, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is switching to 2D after refurbishment from November 10th to 13th at Epcot. The attraction will be updated with digital visuals and clear imagery projected in 2D. New props and lighting enhancements will be added to the queue and attraction over the next few months. Now, what I remember with this attraction is thinking that 3D was not really necessary for this. I don't know why they decided to go with 3D. I guess to do some of the projections, where you could see Gusto the ghost, I'll put it that way, because that's what he kind of looked like. And that was like a 3D projection, I think Remy a couple of places. But the interesting thing about this attraction is not the 3D, but the scale of what they have, where you're like the size of a mouse, like the size of Remy, and the chefs are chasing you, through the kitchen, and where you go where there's an oven, and you're like in the oven, and you feel like the gas going on, in the oven. So it's like those parts are cute. So 3D really is not needed for this attraction at all. If anything, it's distracting.
It's funny you mentioned the no need for the, I guess, 3D, because I haven't been on the ride, but even I observed, is the 3D feature even really necessary for a dark ride like that?
Yeah, it's not. It's really not necessary. The story could be told. Well, it could be told way better, because I'll get to your point going, Shogi, because I agree. If they just kept it to, basically that you're a mouse and, you're a rat, and everything is like from your perspective, as a rat, it works, it works fine. There's no need for a 3D. The set design is what should take center stage. So I don't know why they went with 3D, and it's just really not needed. It's fine the way that it is. Again, it's not a groundbreaking attraction. It's a good attraction to go and take a nap on, honestly. It's just, again, something to do if you don't want to sit through, well, I dare say it. Was it? Oh my gosh, what's the French movie that's in there? Impressions of France. Yeah,
Impressions of France.
Yeah, that movie's way more interesting.
Or they'll do the that sing along thing, which is
that is trash.
I don't like it. I didn't like
that sing along is trash. The first. Have you ever been in that one?
Yeah, we went on. I was just curious what it was. And then I looked around and like all these people singing off key. And I'm like, yeah, no, this is, it's just no.
Girl.
I'd rather watch the old video, the Impressions of France, where it just talks.
Yeah.
It's like selling you to go travel to France, basically, is what it is.
It's got the, the Debussy piano music that's playing in the background. Although it kind of gives me PTSD, because that was hard as heck to learn when I was taking piano lessons. Oh. The sing along was so bad that the first one where they start out with, like in Beauty and the Beast, you know, the first song, you know, where their belle goes in town in a quiet village, you know, that song.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, they only did like maybe the first couple of bars of it. So before you even get to the part where you're like, you know, there goes a baker with his tray like always, they
Mhm.
cut it off at that. So me and the other kids who were singing were like, what the heck just
Yeah,
happened?
I noticed that too. They weren't really putting out the full songs. They were kind
No.
of chopped in pieces. Yeah, it was I didn't like it at all. I don't know why they didn't just go back and travel to France and just update the video, you know,
Yeah.
with modern day, you know, we've got drones and all kinds of like photography and videography have come so far. All it needed was some updating. I don't mind watching a video about that country, you know, to entice me to go visit the real thing. It just needed some updating.
I mean, I would have loved, you know, drones going through the lavender fields in Provence. I would have loved seeing that. Would have loved,
Mhm.
you know, French Riviera, going to the French Riviera, going to, you know, Burgundy region, stuff like that, you know, going
They
through
could
the
even
Louvre
sprinkle
Museum.
in Disney Paris if they wanted to because it's Disney.
Exactly.
Come see us in
Exactly.
Paris.
Exactly. Hey Sashi. Exactly. They could. But yeah, the story is not all that good. Yeah, going shogi. Yeah, at the end of it I was just kind of like, what the heck just happened? I when if I go through an attraction and I'm rewriting the ending in my head, I know it's not that good. That is not where I would have freaking went whatsoever. So that's what they're doing. They are doing a we'll say remove the 3D, doing a 2D, not the cigarettes. There's nothing quite like the cigarette smell in Europe. I'm just saying this I've had to deal with it. It's something completely freaking different, let me tell you. Let me
I've
tell
heard Paris also smells like urine.
you. Yeah, that too. That too. Let's just put it this way. If you go to the French Quarter in New Orleans, that is not even a quarter of what Paris smells like.
Oh, geez. I've never even been to New Orleans either.
What do they say?
I won't go by myself. We will go with some other family or people that know the area, and so we don't wind up in an area we don't need to be in or want to be in.
We'll just say the quarter smells like it's 300 years old. Okay. Kind of has that smell like New York, except you add a whole lot of hot humidity and being below sea level with it too. Yeah, that has a whole different smell. There's a reason why people say do not wear your good shoes to the French Quarter. Yeah,
Mm.
there's a reason for that. Well, Aldo, thank you so very much, my dear, for that 199 super chat. Let me hit you with one of my new super chats.
Oh, I love that one.
I friggin' love it.
Oh, jeez.
FMK, Runaway Railway, Tiana's Bayou, and Remy's. You know, if I had to pick, I'd keep Runaway Railway. Actually, I like the 1930s animations, although it's not. It's like a. It's like if Chat GPT took 1930s style and did it. I still love the style, and I think it's fun. I don't think that we should have gotten rid of the great movie ride for it. That's definitely for sure. Man, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, don't even get me started on that. That's starting to look like a graveyard. For real. But thank you, Aldo, for that $1.99 super chat. You guys help keep the lights on, keep stuff running, allow me to bring cool content to you guys. So thank you again so much, Aldo. I sure do appreciate that super chat, my dear. Let's hear it for public domain. Yes, indeed. And I do have a part 2, so if you super chat me, I'll show you the part.
Oh man.
That's gonna that's gonna stay in rotation, just like the one that I have for Tiana's Bayou Bench. You can move Runaway to Magic Kingdom. I do believe that. Yes, that would fit. That would fit so well if they did. But your guy says Provence alone has so much beauty that should be included. The lavender fields, yes. Oh my gosh, the lavender fields. Because I love lavender, specifically French lavender. So,
I didn't know there was a difference. I thought lavender was lavender.
oh no, oh no. The only reason I know is because I'm just so darn bougie that that I can tell the smell of it. And I smelled something. I smelled Spanish lavender. I'm like, it just doesn't smell
We've
like.
got lavender bushes in our front, but I never use the lavender and I don't know what to do with it. So it just grows wild and I just keep the bushes trimmed down.
You can like say you can put it into sachets. You can actually use it in food, especially desserts. You can use it. You can make lavender lemonade. That's another one that I really
That's
like to.
just weird to me because lavender has such a, to me, a perfumey smell. I can't imagine putting that in my mouth.
Well, you don't put the lavender bud in your mouth. What you do is when you steep the oh my gosh, the sugar water, you
Uh-huh.
put the lavender in the sugar water. And what
Okay.
it does is it extracts the flavor, the heat extracts the flavor out of the lavender buds. And then when you combine that with the lemonade, that's why it tastes so good. Do the same thing with thyme as well. Yeah, that's like kind of what you do. I
Gotcha.
thought it was weird, and then I had it, and I'm like, oh shoot, this is some good stuff. That's why lavender
Yeah,
lemonade is a candle smell.
I have to
Mhm.
try it. I've never had lavender lemonade, but now I'm curious.
That's really good. Sunflower fields, wild horse herds of Carmel. Exactly. There's a reason it expired. One of the greatest painters. Yeah. Yeah. One of the things on my bucket list is to have my own lavender farm, but it's Florida. Lavender doesn't like to be wet. So it's kind of like a weird kind of way you have to do it. Go and Shogi says leave it. It attracts butterflies to pollinate your fruits. Yes, yeah.
Try
Pollinators
bees
love.
over here.
There's like 10 kinds of lavender. Yeah, I know there's Spanish lavender, there's English lavender. Um, I just love French lavender. That's the perfume grade lavender, which is probably why I like it so much. So those are the only three that I'm aware of. I know there's more, but those are the three that I know. So yeah, that's Ratatouille. Ah, not a real big deal, honestly. Go by the walk up crepe shop and grab a crepe from there. Not the crepe restaurant, the one you walk up to. Yeah, you can go and do that instead. So, back to what's going on with this mess. Yeah, so here's what's going on at Rivers of America. And of course, this comes from
Oof.
Bio Reconstruct, who is doing God's work. So over here to the bottom left, and let me actually blow this up. So here to the bottom left, here's the
Wow.
magic carpets of Aladdin, and then over here you've got the Aloha Isle. Of course, this is a walkway through Frontierland, and over here to the right is, of course, the Haunted Mansion. And then all of that dried out now is Rivers of America. I
Mm.
I'm still beyond pissed about this. Well, Mr. Milk Post, we got to talk about it, unfortunately, because that's what's going on. So yeah, dried out now, and there's Big Thunder Mountain over here to the top, and then of course Villains Land. That's what they're going to start putting back here. And yeah, over there they've got it dried out, Tom Sawyer Island, so they can go and put the Piston Peak over there from a movie that hardly anybody saw whatsoever. It is. It's so exactly for a forgotten movie called Planes. I kid you not. I told Camera Girl, and she was just like, I didn't even want to watch Planes. I said, yeah, I know. That was the one Pixar film she was not interested in watching
It
whatsoever.
was definitely a forgettable one. I had completely forgot about it until this project, and someone had brought it up, and I'm like, wait a second. And I had to go digging it up just to jog my brain. And yeah, and the memory I have of that movie is it's very foggy. So it's not a movie you watch and you just like, it's not like Cars, like the first movie. You watch it and you remember that movie. You know, it doesn't have that punch.
Yeah. And talk about a missed opportunity. They could have put like the Ghost Light short, a ride based on that. I don't know if you've seen it. Oh God, it's so funny. It's
You
so
know,
funny with Mater going around pranking people for Halloween.
and what gets me is how they destroyed Splash Mountain, put in Tiana's Bayou, and here they are tearing up all of this,
Hmm.
putting all this money into this area of the park, and they could have done something bigger with Tiana. But in like that whole area there, they could have given us a New Orleans and really played up Tiana and do like a swamp bayou type, land. And nope, we're getting some knockoff Cars land.
Yeah. That no one asked for. And
Yeah,
I so agree with you, Erica. It's like, what if they took, you know, Tom Sawyer Island and just made a true replica of the bayou. Let me add that,
yeah.
a true replica
Hmm.
of it,
And the
where
track is already there. You had the infrastructure already there to really create something and really, really put Tiana on the map. And I mean on the map. They have so much land there to work with to create a great swamp attraction, and then even put like a signature dining of her, her restaurant, quick serve. I mean, they could have just done so much more with this than just freaking, I'm just like, really, Disney,
you're
you,
you're on to something, Erica. You really are, because over at Disneyland, um, what I remember for Disneyland, they had a restaurant called the Blue Bayou, which literally
Mhm.
was like a New Orleans style restaurant. And that whole area over there where they have Pirates of the Caribbean, it's themed to New Orleans. They could have done the same thing. They could have recreated Cafe Du Monde, which is one of the most iconic spots in New Orleans, where you can get hickory roasted coffee. We call it Cafe Do Nothing because it's pretty much what you do. You get the coffee, hickory roasted coffee, you
Mhm.
get the beignets, and you kind of just like watch people, especially when the French market. They could have recreated that.
Yeah.
They could have recreated the French market. You
And
know,
yeah, and like all the food options that could have been brought in, that you don't really see in Florida. And it could have been like a culinary adventure there in the Magic Kingdom. And then the Mardi Gras theme, they could have brought in their own, like during the Mardi Gras season, and monetize on that, monetize on the culinary. I don't know what it is that they just cannot. We're not even professionals, and look at us. Look how we're over here brainstorming, and we don't have degrees and whatever it is these people go to school for to land these roles. Working with Disney on the creative side, it's just, I don't understand all that education, and this is what you come up with.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't fit in. Last time I was there, just with the walls up, it's how do I say, it's a claustrophobic feeling. It's not like when you used to go there and you're walking along Rivers of America, along that pathway, and there's the water and there's the boat and there's just this nice place to breathe, I would say. That
And all
makes
those
it feel like you're somewhere else, like back in time, back to like a simpler time. Now it's all walled off and it's just kind of like, and I don't usually get claustrophobic, but there's this closed in feeling that you get. And I don't think it's going to be any better as soon as they come out, here with the piston peak, and the heat sink is gone because all that water and everything was there, and you're going to replace it with more concrete. I don't know how these go-karts are going to be going when it rains every afternoon, especially
That's
in the
what
summer.
they should have just I'm sorry. I'm all for Tiana having, because she comes with so much culture compared to all the other princesses. That's something that she has that the rest of the princesses don't have. All that culture with food and
and it's such a it's such a tourist destination, one of the oldest tourist destinations in America.
Yeah.
And these people supposedly went and did a field trip, and it's obvious that they learned nothing and came away with nothing.
They got drunk and had a tarot card reading and called it a business trip.
Yeah, exactly it. It's like you don't recreate the cemeteries. You don't recreate, like the voodoo apothecaries, that are off of Bourbon Street that look like.
It could have been like a boat ride where it takes you through the bayou. There's so much story to tell. I mean, it could have been anything from what do they call it? The book report, style, or it could have just been something that's different, but still Tiana, maybe more leaning into New Orleans, like the historical, than really her story. There, I don't know. There's just so much they could have done, and a missed opportunity because they apparently got crap for brains.
Totally missed opportunity, especially as someone like me that has like family history from New Orleans. There's so much that's there that they could have done that would integrate perfectly with the park, because you've got Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
Okay. And then to put New Orleans right there next to it.
That's on the other side. Yeah.
Would have fit perfectly,
And you got Haunted Mansion right there, which even that facade would have worked fine. I don't think they would have needed to change the exterior of the facade of Haunted. I mean, if they wanted to, they could.
Yeah, if they wanted to, they could, because the one in Disneyland is the one that looks like a Louisiana plantation house.
Yeah.
And then this one, because we're on the East Coast, they made it look like Gracie Mansion in New York, but with enough landscaping and all of that, could completely separate, the two if they needed to. Just like Rivers of America, with how they kind of did it, where the mansion kind of peeks out, over the water. It's such a missed opportunity. Let's see. I got some super chats I want to catch up on, then answer some of you guys' questions and comments that you have. Go and Shogi, thank you so much for that $5 super chat, my dear. Let me hit you up with the second part.
This Morgan video was not approved, authorized, or endorsed by Disney.
Oh, geez.
She hit hashtag Laura on her phone. Go and Choki says, wow, it literally looks like the life was drained from Magic Kingdom. Now that I see it in its entirety, it is so soulless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Who would have thought that Disney, fast forward to the future where we're at today, the present, would have actually come up with their own knockoff version of one of their own IPs? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, I would expect someplace like Europa Park to pull
Mhm.
something like that, because you go to these other like European theme parks and you see where they kind of like copy Disney.
Mhm.
But for Disney to do that to themselves, I'm like, well, I got no words for that. None. The
Mm-mm.
stupidity just leaves you speechless.
I mean, when you see people walking into the park and this is where they're headed because they know that's where Rivers of America is, they get there and they're just kind of like, what is going on? And it's all walled off. And you just have this feeling that's like, no, it's not supposed to. It's not
No.
supposed to be there at all. So thank you, Going Shogi, for that $5 super chat. And thank you, Aldo, for that $4.99 super chat. Let me blow you up with the old school clip. This is pathetic. Yeah.
Join in, folks. It's yodeling time. Here at Lester's
Elephant green screen effect.
There we go. Thank you. Aldo says, my first super was for your channel. No regrets. So thank you, my dear. Also trying to go to Walt Disney World in November. Hope to meet. How do I let you know? Hashtag bring back the Quiplash game. Yeah, I know. Now that I'm starting to get things settled with being back at work, yes, I do have to bring that back. Wow. I usually have a Quiplash game on Thanksgiving as
Oh, I
well.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we usually will have it like on a major holiday. I already know for the Super Bowl, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. We are playing Quiplash
Okay. That's
then
good to
as
know.
well. So yeah, I gotta we do bring those back. So I gotta bring that back. How do I let you know? Of course, I can always be emailed at lorenacreole@gmail.com. Also save the date, the third Saturday in November. That's when we're gonna have our channel meetup down at Disney Springs as well. So yeah, just email me there, lorenacreole@gmail.com, and let me know. I love meeting viewers. Sure to appreciate that. Thanks again, Aldo. And Go and Chogi said they should have put Tiana's palace on that island. That would have worked freaking perfectly.
Well, there you go.
Totally. You
Great
kind of
idea,
see
but Disney
Tiana's
just
palace. Yeah, would have worked. Would have worked. Hey Izzo, they're so stupid. I'm calling them unimagineers until I deem that they've changed. Yeah, I don't see the creativity coming back unless something changes, because one of the things you got to remember is a lot of Imagineers that got laid off from Disney and Universal
Mhm.
snapped them up. I think a lot of those, I won't think, if I was a betting person, I would bet that a lot of them are Tony Baxter acolytes.
Yep. Probably.
Mm-hmm. Because there's stuff that if you've been to, well, not the studios, but Islands of Adventure, created by all of those former Disney Imagineers. And then when you go over to Epic Universe, which is literally Magic Kingdom 3.0, how it's laid out, the details, it's uncanny. It is absolutely uncanny. A lot of that stuff that they've done is on purpose. And Steven Spielberg corroborated something that I said. I said that Frankenstein's castle over where they had monsters, Unchained,
Mm.
love letter to the Haunted Mansion. That's exactly what Spielberg said he was going for. Because when you walk in Monsters Unchained, when you walk up to like the castle and you see like the plasma lightning effect that they have
Mhm.
on the texture of the castle, how you walk up to the streets, how you walk through, the village that they have there that has no like, it's like there's no modern lighting, so it just looks like this Eastern European creepy village that you walk up to, and you're walking up to the castle and how it looks, and you go inside and you see like the art and the murals, and it is insane. Again, it's like you get haunted mansion feels when you walk up to it, just because you get the creepy feels before you even walk into place.
Yeah.
But that was on purpose. I'm like, yes, vindicated. Let's see. I forget what your handle is. I'm sorry, LDog3601. Lorena Creole, I still think this will raise the stress levels of guests with nowhere to relax. Expect more
Yeah.
fights and other trouble in the park. Absolutely.
Exactly. That's been my biggest complaint, is that you took away the one area where you could sit and relax, from the nursing moms to the elderly to the medically, anyone who's got medical issues or has any disability. You completely just erased all that. Like, you're turning yourself into an amusement park, not a theme park, because you're not, you just want people to go, 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 go. And like, you should be able to kind of chill in a theme park,
Yeah.
not just hop from one attraction to the other like a maniac, like you're at a carnival.
And that's again one of the things that that I love about Epic, especially how it's built. Literally, it looks like a Victorian pleasure garden. You walking in, there's like fountains that are everywhere. There's water. It's built like a park, and it's just there's so many places where you're just like, I just want to sit and I just want to chill. And when you get overwhelmed in one of the lands, that basically that you can just go outside, go over to where that big huge fountain is in front of Helios, and there's just like endless places to just sit and watch the fountain show that recurs. Is just, you can just go there and just mentally de-stress, and lots of relaxing things to look at. You can get like the mist effect that comes up off the water. They said they were purposely putting the park back in theme park. And it's so, between the landscaping, which is insane. When you go there, the horticulture reminds me of what Disney used to do, with their over the top gardening with the different plants and everything. It's over the top insane what they have, over at Epic. It is amazing. Let's see. Rather than develop the area around rivers of America to meet codes, they decided to cut off their nose to spite their face, as to say, bleep you, Florida. Let's see. Oh, hang on. More super chats. You guys are carrying so much cool stuff that's coming up with your comments. I love them. We're going to get to them. Kiss my bourbon grits. Not kiss my grits, but kiss my bourbon grits. I love it. For 1999, let me hit this here for
And
you.
the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, no, it's going up.
That is one of the best episodes of South Park ever.
Yes. 1,000% agree with that.
Oh, let's see. Kiss my bourbon grits. Thank you so much for that 1999 super chat. I sure do appreciate that, my dear. Just insider scoop. WDI is stressed because they are not being allowed to create original ideas. They've been given a list of IPs and a mandate to figure out which part to put them, even if it doesn't thematically fit. Oh, that's horrible. That really is sad.
I'm not surprised to hear that either, considering what has been leaked through the D files with
Mhm.
Oh gosh, I forgot the name of.
The film threat.
Yeah, Film Threat. It's just been a while ago. And why would you do that? Like the oh my god. The why even bother having this creative team that's been around since Walt's era called, Imagineering? Then why bother if you're going to just put all of that creative eh, control and restrictions on them? I mean, that's not fun.
No. And I think they've just become more
That-
risk averse because we'll go back to the Eisner era. Okay. They had some successes and some failures, but that's the creative process. Like one of the fun things when Imagineers would go back and say, yeah, these are kind of the ideas that didn't quite make it. And it was kind of funny to laugh, but they learned something from that
But
to
these are
go and be
like
creative from something else. But this is like it's like they don't want to take it's like they do not want to take risks anymore the way that they used to and rather stick with an IP that worked. I don't know when was the last time Monsters Inc. was popular?
that ship sailed. They should have come out with that coaster years ago when the movie was relevant.
Mm-hmm.
And then fast forward to now, it would be that nostalgic attraction. But now you're digging up an IP that's not relevant anymore and you want to bring it back from the dead. I mean, based on the attraction itself, it'll probably do well just because it's a family coaster. Family coasters typically do well in any theme park, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what they're banking on. But it'll have nothing to do with the IP itself. I don't
It's like
know.
it's like a one and done. It's there. So we might as well go ahead and do it. And I'll say this right now. If they do not create Harryhausen's to look exactly like it was in the movie, that's going to be a big problem because I may not be interested in the coaster, but I sure as heck would be interested in Harryhausen's restaurant.
Is that Asian restaurant in the movie?
Yes, the one
Movie?
where the
Oh,
octopus is the
octopus,
sushi.
yeah, that I mean that'd be really cool because some of us we're more into the culinary stuff and the food than
Mhm.
the rides. You seem your food really good, and if it tastes good, you got a product there we're gonna buy.
If you can recreate that where Harryhausen's basically like Benihana, but all the chefs are octopus, so they've got all the arms going on, and then there's all the different monsters that are there, and it's kind of like it's kind of like the Brown Derby where they would have portraits of certain famous monsters on the wall, something like that. So if they execute that same exact concept, that's probably going to be the only saving grace over there. But I don't know. I don't know if they'd be able to do that. But if they do, that would probably be the only thing that would save that place because it's something that no one really asks for
Yeah.
at all. Let's see. Lady Ombre, hello. Says, yes, I so agree. The riverboat takes you down the bayou all to end at Tiana's restaurant. Have a history of the swamp too. Yes, including the Cajuns that are in the swamp, in the bayou swamps. Okay.
Mhm.
You have them, you got searching for crawfish and all of that. And eventually everybody winds up, you know, at Tiana's restaurant because remember what Tiana's father said. He just said that one of the great things about food is that it brings people together
Yep.
from all walks of life. And what an
Mhm.
amazing positive message that they seem to forgot was in that particular film. That was just something.
And that would make for a great character meet and greet. Have Tiana there
Tiana,
running her own. running
Tiana.
her restaurant, checking in on people. How's the food? How's everything?
Mhm. Her, Naveen. You have Lewis, the alligator. Let me play something for you.
Yeah.
CJ says they would have to go back to the early days and build their engineers from the ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
the ones that are steeped in the whole tradition. Like they would literally have to be Tony Baxter, Joe Road acolytes. Like
Yeah.
literally, that's the only ones that you studied under because Imagineering is engineering and art, and not everybody can put those two things together. Like your girl is one of those weird people where I can kind of do that, but that takes a specific talent to understand when you're trying to execute something artistic and you've got a technical limitation and trying to figure that stuff out, because it isn't just about throwing an attraction in there. It's about an emotional link that you have once you get to that attraction, which is a reason why old school Imagineering attractions, the attraction starts the moment you step into the queue, even before you get to the queue, like the Haunted Mansion. When
Mm-hmm.
you're walking up to it and it looks creepy and you're like, should I go in that line? Should I not go in that line? And then you get in the line and you start to go past the mansion and you see certain rooms that have light, but then they don't. Like the atrium that looks lit up, then all of a sudden it goes dark. Did I see something in the window? Did I not see something in the window? All of that. But now we get Tron where it just looks like, you're going to Burning Man or something, and that's it. And that's it. And there's nothing that they do. Hello, Wajid. How are you? And yes, Monsters Unchained is a masterpiece, and Epic Universe is Walt Magic. Absolutely, that's what I keep telling people. That's what Tom keeps saying. I know Linda's in the chat. I know Dan's been to Epic Universe. That's what so many people say when you go to Epic Universe. It's like you just feel that Walt Disney magic. That's just there. It's in everything. And I tell you, I didn't want to go home, but I needed to go home, but I didn't want to go home, but I was too tired, but I didn't want to go I didn't want to go home at Epic Universe. It's so awesome. Yeah, I do construction jobs like an Imagineer because of my childhood love for Walt Disney World. Yeah, exactly. It's you had to have a certain talent, especially when it came to storytelling, you know, and it applies to so many things. Yeah, from construction to coding to so many things. Yeah, that's why the Gensler takeover destroyed Walt Disney Imagineering. Designing a theme park and guest experiences is in no way similar to a process of designing a condo building. Yeah, exactly. Because you see that ugly ass rug they put in the Grand Floridian, there's nothing Floridian that looks like it at all. It's no way you can tell me that ugly ass green rug goes with all of that beautiful Italian marble that they have throughout that whole hotel.
I'm still salty. They're not bringing the gingerbread house.
I'm so
They can
mad.
fit it in there. They're just choosing not to.
I'm so mad about that.
Got all
That
that square footage and you can't figure it out. If I can, you can. Freaking idiots.
and that brings me to another thing, just how many people for years since 1999 have planned Christmas trips to Disney. That's like a tradition, especially if you
Yeah.
do like the monorail loop, or you go to
Mhm.
Contemporary, you go gingerbread house there, load up on snacks and booze, get back on back on the monorail. The Polynesia, not so much, mostly for booze. And then you get back on booze and coffee and get back on the monorail. Then you go to the Grand Floridian, and that's where you get your picture taken in front of that huge Christmas tree. They have the piano player playing, the Christmas carols, and that big, huge gingerbread house, which you could smell before you got to it because it was life size, and they're selling all of those gingerbread treats and stuff. And peppermint bark, I got hooked on making my own peppermint bark after trying peppermint bark at the Grand Floridian in the gingerbread house. Between that, the cookies, you see like all the sugar work and stuff that they have on there, the chocolate work, everything. That was a tradition that people would do, especially if you were staying at a value resort. You couldn't afford to stay at the Grand Floridian, but you could go there and have that experience, have your picture taken, enjoy the lobby. Unless you're staying there, then it's kind of like, why don't all y'all people go home so I could enjoy the gingerbread house with none of you folks around in there? And the Victorian Christmas tree, which I recreate at home like every Christmas. I'm slowly getting there. I need the bird cages. I don't have bird cages yet. But how the tree is and how gorgeous it is, and it's based on like the 12 days of Christmas. It is the most gorgeous Christmas tree that I've ever seen, and people love going there. Yeah, that's yeah, screw that bar. They got one on the second floor, and they got rid of the live music that they had back in the day when you went to the Grand Floridian. Not only did they have the pianist on the first floor, but they had like a 20 to 30 piece band on the second floor.
Yep. There was like are they called a big band? Is that what they're called?
Big band. Yes, that's exactly what they were.
Yeah.
And it was amazing to go there and like hear the live music. And it felt like you were back in, let's say, turn of the century in the 1900s.
Yep.
And it was just beautiful.
Not anymore. They've taken all musical elements out. And now it's bars. That's it.
Bars on the first floor, bar on the second floor. Cannot wait to see the pissed drunk people around Christmas crawling around and barfing. Well, if they did, that would probably make the carpet look better because
I can't wait to see the first bar fight there in the middle of the lobby.
Yep.
Because that's coming.
Mm-hmm. Throw down at the Grand Floridian. It's coming. Yeah, it is. It belongs at the beach. It's so ugly. It's so ugly. On X, I threw out the word garish. I'm like, yes, go look it up if you do not know what that word means. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's so ugly. Come now, they can't pay for live music in the next 3 Avengers movies. No, especially since the parks and the resorts are what generates the money. I mean, we got to pay Robert Downey Jr. that $90 million somehow, right? It's ridiculous. I didn't think it would ever get to a point where it's just so garish. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated on what's going on. I should be back out in the parks next month. Will definitely be cooler because I got to document all the stuff that they're going to have going on for the holidays. So it's going to be real interesting. I wonder how the heck they're going to dress this up for Christmas. I'm just saying. Disney company has become cheap and crass. 2 things Uncle Walt was never.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. The Disney hotels, I just remember that my mom was big on interior design.
Mm-hmm.
Disney was like Graceland for her with regards to like interior. She would remark on everything, like the pieces that they had, the furniture that they just how everything was designed, the decor, the curtains, all of that stuff. Yeah, I plan to be too, Dan. I'm just trying to figure out which one I'm going to go to now that I'm back at work. But I am going to be going. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and I'm also going to be trying out Jollywood Nights as well. Just don't know which date yet. But yeah, speaking of Hollywood Studios, So that's where they're going to put the coaster at the door coaster. So they're going to put it over here. And over here is a theater for Muppets. Well, formerly Muppet Vision, which is now going to put some kind of incarnation of the laugh lore. They're going to put there some kind of monstrous theater that they're going to put there. And I think Harryhausen's is going to go over here, like where Pizza Rizzo is, something like that. But that's where it is. So they're literally taking size out from the parking lot and putting it over. Over here is Batu.
Yeah.
Hardly anybody's there at Galaxy's Edge. But yeah, that's where they're gonna close in. Yeah, Izzo, it's gonna be a dart coaster, the door coaster. Dart coaster. Swear it's like 20 years too late for them putting that in there. But yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Yeah, so there it is. Excavation that's going on. Again, this is from Bio Reconstruct. So please do give him a follow over on X. He does these flyovers and you get such a great idea about what's going on. Yeah, see, there's Muppets. There's the Muppets Theater. Already that's there. The fountain is gone. The Miss Piggy fountain is gone. You know, the one with Rizzo and his friends in a boat.
Yeah.
With magnets trying to get the money like quarters out the fountain. Yeah, it's gone. Totally gone. So
Why don't they just sell the Muppets IP to like Universal? Because Universal will do something great with it. They won't screw it up the way Disney has. I mean, if they don't want it and they're just going to effectively throw it away, then why not just sell it or license it out?
They will not do it. It's more, how would it put it? It's kind of like that crazy ex-boyfriend who says, if I can't
if I can't have you, no one can have you.
Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely not going to do that. Dork is on Twitter right now. Oh, really? Well, we call it what is it? The Curse of Burr Rabbit. That's what we called it. Every time stuff was going on at Tiana's Bayou Adventure or stuff wasn't working, we're like, it's the Curse of Burr Rabbit. That's exactly what it is. The Reina, I went to Cake Bake Shop. Oh, okay. Okay. A cocktail appetizer, shrimp po' boy, and cake slice cost $140.
I'm sorry, what? A cocktail appetizer.
Shrimp po' boy. So for people who do not know what a shrimp po' boy is, okay, po' boy sandwiches were basically for how they put it. It's like a working class type of meal. You had toasted French bread, and then you would have like either shrimp, like Cajun seasoned shrimp or catfish or something like that, and other sandwich fixings together on French bread. And that's what it was, po' boy, because basically you were po. So you had to go whatever it is that you had, but you had all of that on like this delicious French bread put together. So it's a po' boy sandwich. And a cake slice, $140. It wasn't worth half that. A roadside shack po' boy in New Orleans and a public slice is a better meal. Yeah, I agree with that. Everything I saw on
for one person.
Yes, for one person. This is a place with the $25 slice of cake. And the slice of cake at Gideon's for $9 looks leagues better. For that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they did. That's also the place that has the $200 breakfast with Santa that we went over last week.
And that's another ridiculous thing. She's, like you can't go visit Santa anywhere else on property. You can see him at Disney Springs. You can see him in the parks or in some of the resorts. It's just so redundant. You can go to a shopping mall in your local town and go see Santa Claus.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. And Yeah, I agree, Go and Shogi. Social media has ruined blue collar dishes. Pork belly was dirt cheap until the wannabe YouTube chefs ruined it. A
Yeah.
lot of these dishes were, you could go with the resources that you had to put it together to make things, reasonably affordable. And now it's like chic to go and get, pork belly, stuff like that. It's just crazy. I'm getting my slice soon, my favorite flavors back. I will be trying again, now that I'm working again, I will be dropping by the cake bake shop. I'm probably going to do a vlog where I go to the cake bake shop and I go to Gideon's because I have to try this for myself to see exactly what the heck it is that you're getting for $20. Oh, and I have to try the gumbo too, since supposedly the gumbo is to die for, although we'll see with how much they're charging. Don't forget the tea party, $20. Yeah, there's 100, sorry, not 20, $120 tea party. I
Mm-mm.
paid $65 at the Grand Floridian for when they had the afternoon tea, but I think I also had something else that was in there too. For like $65, and it was actually worth it because it was a lot of stuff that we got. They're so short-sighted. They don't care about traditions, especially Christmas traditions, the gingerbread house, the Osborne lights, the dream lights. Remember at Epcot when you were on that walkway towards the World Showcase? Remember how they had the lights over?
Oh,
I want to call it like a
the
light. Remember
arches,
that?
the white arches, and they were lit up. Yeah, I
Hmm.
remember that. They don't have those anymore, do they?
No, they got rid of it. And that was such a magical thing to walk through. And the arches kind of remind me along with
Yeah, the
Gardens
lights
back in
were
Philly.
in the later years. Weren't they synced to music?
You
I
know,
don't know if they were
I
synced to
don't
any
know.
music, but they were lit and it was really pretty. I remember walking through those and feeling like, yeah,
It was gorgeous because the lights lit up to the big Christmas tree, the world Christmas tree.
yep.
Yeah, and they got rid of that. And then I think after that, that's when they got rid of the Osborne lights. I made a big batch of gumbo yesterday. Can't wait to have it later. I'm so jealous.
I made picadillo for dinner.
Whew. I don't know what I have. I have like leftovers in there. Oh wait, no, 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 no. Because I made some crock pot mojo pork actually.
Mm.
Again, we're gonna grab that out. What did we do before bio reconstruct? Seriously. Yeah, really. Dude's doing God's work, I tell you. And bring back the dream lights. I would love that. Why is it Disneyland gets the dream lights on Sleeping Beauty's castle, but we just got lame ass projections on Cinderella's castle? I
Why
every
can't they do
time.
both? Why can't they just, incorporate both? Why does it have to be one or the other?
Mm, I don't know. I just know the castle has never looked as beautiful for Christmas as it used to back in the day with the dream lights. It was just something about it. I have so many pictures of the castle with the dream lights on, but now they need to use it for the projection fireworks shows, since for some reason they went to projections. I don't know. That's what they did. Anyway, the last thing to wrap up on. Oh, before I forget that, yeah. And I got this actually from Dance Life at the Kingdom. He sent it to me. This is the Hollywood Studios sign. So that's the way it was. And now it is no more.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's coming back in a different incarnation
I don't
uh,
think it's coming back at all.
or not. Uh, it's gone. Poof. Gone. Although I will say I do like the Little Mermaid show. At least they didn't completely F that one up.
I wasn't what you call really attached to the arch thing anyway. So I'm kind of like, I'm kind of indifferent about it. I understand the attachment now that it's been explained with like the carvings that were on there from when the park opened when it was MGM Studios. I
Mhm.
get it. But at the same time I wasn't
It was kind of there.
I
I
I
didn't
just
really think about it until
yeah, me neither. It,
who
but
knows
it
what.
does look odd with it not being there because you're so
Yeah,
used to seeing it there. It just looks so naked. Like what?
I used to walking through because it's supposed to look like a separate like courtyard.
Mhm.
Like you were on a movie set. But yeah, gonna miss that. Last thing, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party dates and festive details. So this is from the Disney Parks blog. As for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, yes, it is a separately ticketed event running from November 7th to December 21st. However, one of the things to know about this is that the most of what's included in Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is going on the week of Christmas. Like when I would come to visit from out of town, I would go Christmas week. So they had like the Christmas parades and all of that extra stuff, and Santa, all of that that would have going on. And back in the day when I did go that one time, you got like these fresh baked sugar cookies. Oh my God, I just wanted to get all of them
I
and like
remember
hot
that.
chocolate and
Yep,
cider.
and the hot chocolate.
Oh, the cookies
Mm.
were so good. They were
You don't
so.
get that anymore?
Mm-mm. No,
What?
no, no.
Do you get any little edibles, that's included in the price?
Let's see. It's been a while. Not much is included the way that it used to be.
That
Oh,
sucks.
I remember this show because I liked Minnie's Christmas outfit. It was really cool. Ew! It's in a bag. Ew! No! 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 Okay, so back in the day, all right, back in the day, the sugar Christmas cookies were famous at Walt Disney World.
Yeah,
They would put them, in like the little bags with the
yeah.
open, like they put them in there. They were freshly baked. They were so
Mhm.
good. I remember we were staying at Pop Century, and at that point in time, I think for Christmas Eve, they had Mickey and Minnie in the lobby. You could get hot chocolate or lemonade, and they had those darn sugar cookies that were fresh baked. So they have them in a sealed up bag now. Oh, no, that's uh so not cool. So yeah, they have the character greetings. Oh, Sally and Santa Jack, you can meet them now. Oh, okay, that's new. That's new. The Jack and Sally meet and greet is always good, and that's worth the wait. But now you can meet them where you have Santa Jack in his like Santa outfit. I need that. You can meet Anna and Elsa. There's a Once Upon a Christmas parade. Again, that goes on during Christmas week as well. Or if you go when they're filming the Christmas parade for the Disney Christmas special, they film it usually sometime in October. I caught it last year
Mhm.
where we got shots of Julia and Hal and Alfonso Ribeiro, and they were there. There's the fireworks that they have. Let's see. There's a projection show. Frozen Surprise, Disney Junior Jingle Jam, Club Tower, Meet Santa Claus. The Jingle Cruise, that overlay is going to be there. You don't have to go to the Christmas party in order to see the overlay. I'm trying to find, I don't know if I really like the headband this year. I'm not seeing much that's included. Okay, let me see. Uh, Variety of cookies, hot cocoa, and more will be handed out to guests at select locations included in the price of the ticket. Who knows how good they are? Again, ever since they stopped baking their own cookies, it's kind of like, I don't really know. Aldo says, I think it was like that last year. Okay. Hot cocoa is good, and eggnog. I don't like eggnog. So
Me neither.
I like my eggnog a specific way, which can only be served stored in the freezer because the liquor keeps it from freezing up. So it tastes more like it actually tastes like a milkshake instead
Mm.
of the eggnog, that's with the snot and everything in it. Nah, nah. Paula Dean taught me how to do that. So it's literally, it's you whip the whites separately from the yolks, and then once everything's all combined together, and you put it in a bottle and you shove it in the refrigerator because it's got like the bourbon and the bourbon and the rum and all that stuff in it. Yeah, you pour it out. It's like a milkshake. It's so good,
Mm.
but you got to keep it in the freezer. I can't wait to make it. I can't wait to make it. 90% booze. Yeah, it's a lot of booze in it. I love it. I love it. I made it with
Oh wow.
wild turkey bourbon, and with Kraken dark rum, because I was already making sorrel, which I use Kraken rum for that. And then if I'm making my coquito, which is, the one if you're lactose intolerant, you can drink it. I'm also put it in there too. So I didn't want to waste what I had left, so I put it with the eggnog, and it was so freaking good. So freaking good. Dan, I have been on the Jingle Cruise. Remember when I live streamed it and we were walking through there because we had to go by the little cage that had the tarantula that moves around, and they have like a little Santa hat on the tarantula. Yeah, I have to see him every year. It's really cool. Right now, the overlay on the Jingle Cruise is better than the attraction itself, and I never thought that would like ever happen. But yeah, because they screwed up the ride so much, and it's not as funny as it used to be, and it's pretty much a crapshoot. It used to be you would always get a good skipper. Now it's like you might not get one, but if you do, they're usually really good. Like the last one that we had, he was freaking hilarious. It was funny. So he actually made the ride. But yeah, the Jingle Cruise overlay is so much fun. What they have there, just like the way they have it, and then they play like the Christmas songs from like the 1930s. So they got that, going on, and it's fun. The trees made from like burlap and coffee sacks and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah. So I will be going to the Christmas party. I don't know which date, but I will be going to report back and let you guys know. So that is all that we have for right now. Oh wait, Aldo says I think it was like that last year with meeting Santa Jack, because I didn't go because I spent my money on the Halloween party. I spent my money on the Halloween party. That was why. Kiss My Grit says, in my opinion, the experience you get at Very Merry and Not So Scary are not worth the full price tag Disney charges. And I 100% agree. There was a point in time where it was worth it. And that was like more than 10 years ago when they didn't oversell it and it was a boutique event. And again, fresh freaking sugar cookies. No more of that.
You can go to almost anywhere now, like your hole in the wall bakeries, and get the same identical fresh baked sugar cookies with the icing on top, and they're like shaped into whatever shapes, and they're decorated really pretty. I mean, we got people out here, spouses that sell cookies like that out of their homes. You just order like a dozen or two, whatever theme you want. And I love a good sugar cookie with hot tea. Oh my gosh. That's my favorite.
I've said this for cupcakes, but I will say it for cookies. There's sugar cookies at Publix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is. I've never actually had Well, I've had like the free ones they give you, like the real soft sugar cookies. Like those are good, but I've never had any of like the decorative ones at Publix because I keep going to the cake.
Publix is so darn vulgar with their Christmas cookies because not only do they have their Christmas cookies that they make, they also roll out those darn Italian Christmas cookies too at the same time.
Mhm.
Some of them that are packaged and some of them that they make there on the property. It's just like, how dare you?
Speaking of cookies, I'm definitely gonna make homemade sugar cookies for my Halloween spread this year. And I have a really cool rolling pin that
Mhm.
has a like a mock damask print. So it looks like the Haunted Mansion
Oh, nice.
wallpaper. And I've got purple dye, green dye. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Girl, which reminds me, pretty soon I'm gonna have to start buying Christmas baking supplies.
Oh, cool.
No one makes cookies except for me. So they eat them all. So it doesn't matter how much I make, they eat all the darn cookies and
I love cookies during Christmas. Oh, the
and they're gone.
shortbread cookies and the soft sugar cookies and the crunchy
I
sugar
make
cookies.
those. I make those, the ones with icing on it, and then I'll make like white chocolate
Mm.
pecan cookies. I'll have
Or the
those.
ones with the strawberry filling in the middle,
Mhm.
the gel fill.
Like
Oh
cookies
gosh, yeah,
with the
Christmas is
jam
where it's at for
filling.
cookies.
They are. I just freaking love them. Yeah, I agree. It's going to wind up being Josh tomorrow. It's not going to be Dana Walden. It's going to be Josh. Going to be Josh tomorrow
Yeah,
because they're not going to go outside to do that. And yes, I know they do. I try to ignore them. I'm like, no, not today, Satan. I'm not buying that. But it's great to get that when you're trying to make your own cookies. We're renaming the show next week, calling it Food Torture with Lorena and Fred. What a bring it back.
well, I can definitely food torture people.
To bring it back to theme parks though, when you go, they always, for the most part, have, cookies and cake and other sweets that are themed to the season, especially at Universal, especially at Snookers and Snickers Sweet Candy Cookers in Seuss Land. That's all I'm gonna
Mm.
say. It
See,
is so great.
I have yet to hit up because I'm not familiar with Universal Parks. I am not familiar with any of their food or their sweets. So that's going to be quite the adventure going to Universal and like eating my way through their parks.
It's good,
Are they
especially
good? They got good like their food, like their desserts or
their
cupcakes, cookies
their
and stuff are good
desserts
there.
are good. They're actually cheaper than Disney. I will say, I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I know they do their icing to cake ratio is pretty big. They seem to go really heavy with the icing on the top.
Good. I
But
love icing.
anything in the Harry Potter parks, especially whether you go to Honeydukes, which you have to, and
Mm.
sugar plums, and the French candy shop that's over in Ministry of Magic is so good. Oh my gosh, it's such good stuff. I'm not even gonna lie, and I haven't had lunch yet, so now I'm really hungry. Uh, we're gonna wrap things up for this show today. Erica, where can people find you and what do you have going on? Because you were on Dad Man's channel last night showing your amazing Halloween decorations.
Yes, I was. If you want to go back, guys, and go to Dadman, it's Dadman 55. Is that the
Mhm.
official name?
Yep.
Um, go to his channel and watch the live stream from last night because I did a complete deep dive of my Halloween decor in the front foyer, which is the main staging area. That is the main event for our Halloween decorating. And yeah, I went and did a deep dive.
Okay. Okay. And folks, make sure you go to Erica's channel. I have a link to her channel in the description box of the video when we are done. But you have got to check out her Halloween decor. It is absolutely amazing. Um, I will say some of the tips and tricks that she does. Some of the folks at Universal do the same things for Halloween Horror Night. So just saying. Just
I've
saying.
never been there really. It's just stuff I'm pulling out of.
When I did the behind the scenes tour of the
Mhm.
haunted houses, because that's what I like to do more so than going through the haunted houses where the lights are on and you
Yep.
get to see how they do things, but they also talk about certain effects that they do. And it is amazing how many effects that they do where it's not a whole lot involved or it's
Yep.
something that's just so simple. But
Mhm.
when the lights are out, it
Yeah.
works. So it's
I
really
love that kind of stuff. I love effects. And a lot of it's not that expensive, but it can be it could be time consuming. I'm not
mhm.
what you call like a mechanical engineer. I'm not really good at it. Takes me forever to learn something. So it's putting the stuff together that takes longer than getting the supplies because I have to learn how every component works.
Mhm.
Then figure out how to put it together. Yeah, that's um I would have loved to have done so much more on my display, like doing a floating lantern in my graveyard, but I don't know how to use windshield wiper motors.
I just know what you did for that floating candelabra. I'm telling you, that gave me Haunted Mansion vibes. So well done.
Yeah.
As for your girl, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, I have a watch party with Retro Nerd Girl. We are going to be watching one of my favorite Stephen King horror movies, probably because he wrote it when he was on a coke bender. That's called Maximum Overdrive. So we're going to be watching that tonight at 8 o'clock. And of course, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Welcome to Florida. Just crazy Florida man stories. We are never at a deficit for crazy Florida man stories. So we're going to be doing that on Sunday. And then, of course, on Thursday is the Spice Lounge where we wrap up what's going on in pop culture that week and giving you guys our hot takes and spicy conversation. So you guys are amazing. Again, thank you so much